I can tell you that in the last 6 months, I think I've got almost 3 times as many new clients than I did the last 12 months when I was trying to do it by myself.
Basic standpoint, whereabouts are you located?
South Bend, Indiana, like where Notre Dame is.
Okay. Yep.
That's near where my office is and where I was born and raised.
In terms of your customer segment, like who are the types of people that you go after?
So our niche is comprehensive financial planning. So most of our clients are within that 5 to 10 year window before retirement or actively in retirement. So those are most of the clients that I work with. I've grown the practice over years, things change, and I'm at a point now where $500,000 is my minimum. So, I don't take anything under that. So they have to come with at least $500,000 in assets to work with me and the firm. But again, it is focused on that comprehensive retirement planning for income in the future, taxes in the future, a very holistic approach.
With you, is it just the two of you, or do you have a larger team?
Yeah, we have a pretty large team. So there's 5 of us, 5 advisors. And then we have a staff of probably 13 or 14. And then we have an entire tax team as well.
Okay.
So we're
Awesome.
separate because of the SEC, us and our tax team, but we are one company. So,
Gotcha.
they do a lot of corporate taxes for our business owners. They do almost all of the individual taxes for our individual clients. And then we're also able to bounce ideas off of each other for strategy planning for reducing and or mitigating taxes in our investment portfolios. So it works out really well having that. So we have a pretty large firm.
What are the metrics that you measure for success? I know a lot of advisors, it's like AUM or new clients.
I also will measure via AUM. And there are tons of different metrics I use, growing the business, getting up and running years and years and years ago. But now it's AUM, and I'm significantly more selective as well. So that's my number, but I have to be able to feel like I'm gonna have a really good relationship with the person before I'll agree to take them on as a client.
What does like a typical day look like for you?
So let's call it 3 client meetings, and typically it'll be a couple review meetings where we're going over a financial plan, maybe a prospect meeting. I'm meeting with a new prospect to kind of explain, what we do and how we work at the firm. And then it's, I do quite a bit of additional outside planning, right? Planning for future meetings, prep work, balancing portfolios, just that type of stuff on a daily basis.
Okay, awesome. And in terms of like screaming problems that you had before you engaged with Deft Sales, like what was the most common thing that you needed?
Yeah, so that's a great question, actually. The issue is being selective. It's difficult to find people, right? So we're using a multitude of resources to find prospects. And take it a bit further, if I'm meeting with clients, right, like and a lead or prospect comes through email or text, I don't have time to reach out to them because I'm meeting with a client right now who's actually a paying client, so I'm not going to drop everything or look at my phone or something like that. But if I have something in place that does that for me, then I don't really care anymore. I don't sweat anything, so that's the beauty of working with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'd love to unpack that a little bit. So you just kind of give me like the before and after of working with or what you were doing before, and then how you started working with Deft.
So before was, okay, a lead would come through. Okay, if I can drop everything, holy cow, I'm fortunate enough to make this a quick phone call, right? Or if I'm at my computer, I can, I had a template saved so I could send a quick email. If I'm fortunate enough that I can drop that, right? But if I can't, I have to kind of miss the boat because a lot of times it's kind of the first one in,
Yeah.
And then moving forward from there, okay, so what's the process? How often do I want to follow up with them? I don't know. I get busy. I don't really have time to keep track of these folks. I'm going to lose them in the cracks, right? So it was more of just reaching out when I can, really a one touch, if you will, and hoping that they might keep my contact information. That was really it. So not an efficient system, not a great system. I don't think you can call it a system, honestly. But that's what happens to a lot of advisors that don't have systems, and we've got big books that we're already managing.
How long have you been working with Deft for?
Huh? Where are we? Almost to March. Oh, well, it's probably been a good 6 months now, somewhere around there, give or take.
Like what was like the frustration that was like alleviated from using Deft?
When I get a lead that comes through, I don't care what I'm doing. Um, if I'm sitting around watching a stupid action movie because I had a great day and I'm just rewarding myself, I don't have to answer I don't have to pick up the phone if I don't choose to, because they're getting an email immediately, they're getting a text immediately, and now they're in my drip, right?
Right.
If I do though, my phone's gonna ring. I can press freaking one and talk to them right away if they answer the call. So there's zero stress about if I get a ton of prospects one day that come through, or if I get one, or if it's a weekend or something. That's all automated now. I mean, I book a ton of appointments through text now. Um, I'm booking appointments with people that are getting like my 8th email, you know. So it just alleviated any stress about, okay, am I wasting money with all these different lead sources coming through? No, not anymore. I was previously, but not anymore, because I know they're getting touched. And that at the end of the day, in my profession, I just need to touch people. And I'm doing that now systematically. So it just took a huge weight off of my shoulders. So when they come through, if I can make it, I make the call, I'll press the one. If not, I'm not concerned about it because they're being touched.
In terms of like for you, when you got to the point where you were thinking, okay, like I need to solve this, like this is starting to become an issue, like, when was that breaking point for you?
I would say, so I signed up, let's say October. So probably into August and September. So we started picking up different Ramsey areas. So we went from 1 to 2 to 3. We were doing seminars, thinking about adding like a Wiser Advisor or Smart Asset. And I'm like, the one Ramsey was killing me already, right? And I'm like, there's no way I can manage this. We're gonna lose so many people through the cracks, because I just don't have the time today to deal with it. So that was kind of the breaking point. And then I started talking to people in some of my study groups, and then started researching and then kind of interviewing companies.
What was really I guess the key factors for you that helped you decide, I need to use Deft as opposed to the other alternatives in the market?
So the text for me was just where it was at, because I already knew that even when I wasn't on top of my game, if I text people, I got a decent response from that. So I knew that if I could get them to get not just an email, but a text immediately, I'm like, okay, that's game changer right there. And then the phone call, I'm like, whoa, that's next level there. Like if I press this button and they want to, right? They want to speak to me, I'm right there. I'm gonna be right on their line to talk to them before anybody else, because it is literally, and you guys know this, you're at the company, it's instantaneous, right?
Yeah.
So text was really the changer, and then the ice cream, the cherry was the phone call.
Since starting working with Deft, like how has that changed your workflow?
Yeah, again, just it made everything easier. The stress of, again, not wanting to waste money. We're spending thousands of dollars a month, on these lead sources, and just not wanting to waste any sort of capital on that. Now I just do not worry about it at all, not even a little, because I know for a fact that every single person that comes through is being touched, and then they're getting on my drip, and if they respond, they're off the drip. Like I don't have to worry about, oh shoot, are they going to get another email because they respond to? No, I don't have to worry about any of that. It is all taken care of. You guys do all that. So Patrick, I mean, just I can just run my practice and the prospects kind of run itself now.
What, as a result of working with Deft, what are the results that you've seen or that you've achieved since you started working with us?
So I can tell you that in the last 6 months, I think I've got almost 3 times as many new clients than I did the last 12 months when I was trying to do it by myself. I've got more people that have said, hey, not right now, but reach out. So now they're in a different sort of campaign, right? I've closed more business, simply put. You know, it's been a complete game changer for my practice, in the sense that I'm looking for specific people, and now I'm not chasing everyone to get to these specific people because you guys are chasing them for me.
Right. Okay, that's great. And then just to break off on like a ROI for you then.
In the last 6 months, I made enough money that it would cover the deaf fees for 5 years easily. It just
Okay.
in the last
Wow.
6 months.
Wow, that's awesome. In terms of your life outside of work now, because I know some of our customers have said, you know, you've just given me more time back so I can do things outside of work. Like,
Yeah,
have you noticed a improvement in your life since starting with
absolutely.
us?
Towards the end of the year when I started with you guys, I was able to golf more. And now I'm gonna, you know, I'll be in Florida in our Florida office here in 2 weeks, and I'll be there for about 6 or 8 weeks. I'm gonna golf a lot. Again, I don't have to drop everything when prospects come through because I'm worried about us losing money. I can just run the practice, man. And if I'm available, I'll call them. If not, I know they're being touched. So if they're serious, you know, then I know they're gonna reach out to me. And the proof has been in the pudding the last 6 months. So I don't have to concern myself like, oh man, no one's responding to my text, or no one's responding to my email in the last 2 weeks. That's just law of averages. I don't care.
Right.
Because I already know the real people are going to reach out because they have, and they will
Right.
consistently do that. So, you know, hang out with my daughters, hang out with my wife, golf, have fun. It freed up 15 hours a week easily. On especially like on a Monday, Friday type deal, that I just don't do anything anymore. Yeah, it
Wow.
sounds lazy, but I still work, but not like to, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. And then in terms of like anybody that would be watching this and watching an interview with you, like what would you say if somebody's kind of on the fence? Like why should they
Yeah,
start
I would
working with
say,
us?
you know, a couple things. One, if you're going to spend money, if you're going to invest in your business, in the sense of you're looking for prospects, right? Like, so you're going to spend some capital to get prospects. Then the second thing you better do is have a system that will follow up with them automatically and will continue to touch them on a regular basis. You know, so that is paramount. It's almost 1A, 1B, right?
Right.
So if you're going to do that, then you better do this, because otherwise, I promise you, you are either going to get sick and tired of emailing, texting, and calling all these people on your own. You're going to miss them because life happens and you're trying to grow a practice, or you're in the middle of a practice and you're working. So to have that system there that again, it just takes the stress and the worry off of it. I'm not wasting money. I've got a system in place. It works. I'm letting it do its thing. Now I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to work on my current book, my current clients. And when the prospects come through, I'll take them as they come.